Real Madrid just went trophyless last season, even with the likes of Mbappe, Bellingham, and Vinicius Jr. So today I'm taking over Los Blancos for the next 10 seasons to win them 25 trophies and secure them their first ever treble and try to make Real Madrid the greatest team of all time. And we have arrived for our first season, and look at the super team we have available. The best player in the world in Kylian Mbappe, a 91 rated Vinicius Jr., as well as the best midfielder in the world in Jude Bellingham. But we also have new transfers like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Dean Huijsen, and of course the young talent in Gonzalo Garcia, who's been killing it in real life. But we know why Real Madrid have been so fat, and that is the defense. Fran Garcia and Ferland Mendy are just not Real Madrid level. Rudiger is getting much older and he's really losing his game. Eder Militao is always getting injured and is not reliable. And of course, the less we talk about Raul Asensio, the better. But don't worry, unlike Fiorentino Paris, I am going to bring solutions to this club. And because we're Real Madrid, we had 123 million euros to spend on transfers. And in terms of transfer targets, we're definitely going to go ahead and sign a left back, and definitely signing another center back because Rudiger and Militao are just not reliable anymore. And for the center back position, I know who to bring in, as Real Madrid are trying to get him in real life. He is a Premier League winner for Liverpool and is French. And of course, that is Ibrahima Konate. But hold on. Did you guys really think I could sign whoever I want like a regular rebuild? Before we make any signings every season, we must spin a wheel, and that wheel will give us a challenge that we must complete. And some challenges might give us an unlimited budget to easily win trophies, or even challenges that will force us to sell players to Barcelona. Alright, we're spinning the wheel. Let's see what's the first challenge we must get, and it is Madrid drama. Your two best players have a falling out. You must sell one of them. And I'm gonna have to put the Konate transfer on hold because we have a huge issue now. Because our two best players is Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. And now I must make a decision on who I want to leave. The player I am selling is going to be Vinicius Jr. I think Mbappe is a slightly better player. And sadly, Vinicius Jr. has officially left the club. For 206 million, he's gone to the Premier League in Chelsea. Man, I'm gonna miss Vinicius. I'm gonna trust that Rodrigo can go ahead and take his mantle. And of course, Gonzalo Garcia, I'm trusting in him as well. But anyways, back to the transfer business. We're going for Ibrahima Konate. But to be honest, I'm not looking to spend a lot of money here on Ibrahima Konate, especially with 12 months left on his contract. We're gonna offer Rudiger plus 40 million and see what they say. And it seems like they're accepted. We're taking that. We're getting Ibrahima Konate. And there we have it. Ibrahima Konate is making his dream move to Real Madrid. And man, look at Konate in the new Real Madrid kit. If you want these new kits, check out Road Kits in the link in the description. And now that Konate has finally joined Real Madrid, he'll be playing next to Dean Huijsen. And of course, we still need a left back. And now originally I was gonna go for Alvaro Carreras, who's about to join Madrid in real life. But because we sold Vinny, we have 327 million. So I think I'm gonna pass on Carreras in this first season and sign somebody even better. And that is because I'm going for one of the best left backs in the world, and Alphonso Davies, a player who has been linked to Real Madrid for years, is finally joining the club. This team is already looking so much better defensively. But let's just hope that Real Madrid without Vinny can start winning trophies. And let me tell you, at the end of the season, this team has grown amazingly. Mbappe is now at a 93 overall, still being our highest rated player. It looks like Rodrigo had a good season, going up a +2 to an 88. And even Jude Bellingham fighting to be the top rated player at a 92 overall. And even Dean Huijsen went up a +3 in overall. And just take a look at the stats this season. Mbappe is going for his first Ballon d'Or. If we can hold on to Mbappe, we can easily win 25 trophies and win Real Madrid their first treble. And Real Madrid are back. We won our first trophy, the La Liga title, even when we sold Vinny. This is embarrassing. Atletico won the Supercopa de España as they knocked us out in the semis. And even worse, the Copa del Rey was won by Bilbao as we got knocked out by Barcelona in the round of 16. And it just gets worse as Real Madrid were knocked out in the Champions League by Atalanta. This team still needs a lot of fixing. And this sucks, man. Only one trophy in our first season. We have a long way to winning 25 trophies and the treble. But I just know next season will be so much better. And in season 2, things are already so much better as we have 209 million euros to spend on transfers. And I hate to say it, but I think I know where the problems lie, and that is with Gonzalo Garcia and Dean Huijsen. So I think what I must do this season is sign a striker and a center back that are above like 85 overall. But don't you worry, Dean Huijsen and Garcia will go out on loan so they play every game, and their growth is not slowed. But before we even think of signing players, we must spin the wheel to find out what we have to do this season, and it's going to be injury crisis. 3 random first team players are out out for the whole season. This is not gonna be good, man. But let's see who that first player is going to be. I hope it's nobody big like Mbappe, and it's going to be Rodrigo. He is one of our best players, man. And there it is, boys. Rodrigo will be out for the next 10 months of the season, basically the entire season. But there are still two players that have to get injured from the starting 11, and the next one is going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's literally the only right back in the side. And the final player that is going to be injured for the rest of the season is going to go ahead and be Alphonso Davies. We're without our right winger and both our fullbacks. And when it comes to replacements, we still have Ferland Mendy and Garcia, but I want to sign a new left back. The replacement for Trent, I think Danny Carvajal can still do the job at an 85, but Rodrigo is the only right winger in the side. However, before we sign injury replacements, we still need to sign a striker, and the striker I want to sign is Erling Haaland. But to be honest, I'm not sure if this is the right move because he's so expensive. If we sign him, we cannot sign a left back or a right winger anymore. So I put the transfer of Erling Haaland on hold, as first of all, we're bringing in a left back for 33 million and Dani Ceballos. We're finally bringing in Alvaro Carreras. We probably should have just signed them at the beginning. And now that Alvaro Carreras is the new starting left back, it's time for Rodrigo's replacement. And I think I found the perfect replacement for Rodrigo, and that is Desiree Doué. But however, for 80 to 100 million, this might be an expensive transfer. But we got that deal over the line for 73 million plus Ferland Mendy and 82 overall. Desiree Doué, who has backup potential, is the replacement for Rodrigo for this season. But now the question is, can we afford Erling Haaland? He's at least gonna be 230 million. Let's go into the negotiations. How much money do we have left? No, we have 100 million. I don't think there's a way we get Haaland. So obviously negotiations with Haaland have failed. We only have 100 million. I know we can play Mbappe up top, but we know he's wasted there in real life. So who can we get for 100 million? That is a striker. And you know what? I think I found the perfect striker. Victor Osimhen, 89 overall. And he might go for slightly just under 100 million. If we can include someone like Brahim Diaz or somebody else, we might be able to get him. All right, Napoli, I know Osimhen wants to leave the club in real life, but you won't allow him to leave. Let's give you Brahim Diaz, and let's give you like around 50 million for Brahim Diaz as well. Can we get Osimhen? They want Trent Alexander-Arnold. They want a fullback. We're obviously not going to get rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do we have another fullback we can offer? Maybe Fran Garcia, but we're definitely going to have to up this up to like 70 million. Let's see what they say here. They're going to accept it. We will take that. And the transfer has been completed. Fran Garcia, 70 million. We finally have gotten Victor Osimhen. To be honest, he deserves a move like this, so I'm glad we brought him in. And as Victor Osimhen joins the side, I think this team kind of stayed the same, but the wheel really screwed us over with these injuries. But let's see if we can win any more trophies in our second season. In the end of the season, we have gotten our second trophy yet again, another La Liga title. 3 trophies now. With the Copa España, we won it. And making 4 as we won the Copa del Rey versus Barca on penalties. But the question is, did we win or are in the Champions League final? And yes, we are. But we're playing against the best team in the world, PSG. And this season was Osimhen's season, being the top goal scorer. But Mbappe was very close, only missing out but a couple goals, and the rest of the squad really sharing the goals and the assists. And that does make me wonder who's going to be the first Real Madrid player to win a Ballon d'Or. Mbappe, Bellingham, Osimhen, or even Doué. If I had to bet, I'd throw my money down on Mbappe. But make sure to subscribe and comment down below who you think will be the first Ballon d'Or winner. But boys, what am I seeing here? Mbappe is now 100% fit for the UCL final. He can still play because he has the bandage. I think I'm going to risk it. We need the best player in the world to help us win. So it's now time. This is our starting 11 for the UCL final. Let's see how it goes. Are we going to win the Champions League? And we lost 5-4. PSG win another Champions League and we fell to win our 5th and our treble. And my biggest fear has come true. Mbappe has gotten injured for the next 12 months. The best player in our team will not play next season. And before we start making any transfers for season 3, let's see what the wheel is going to give us this season. Don't be anything too bad. El Clasico fallout. Every time you lose or draw to Barcelona, they steal a starter. This is not good because we could play Barcelona up to 5 times. But it gets even worse as we only have 179 million left to spend. And with that Mbappe injury, injury. This is not good. We at least have some good news as everybody is back from injury. There is another huge plus as Dean Huijsen is back from loan and he is good enough for the first team. And I actually think I'm gonna start him over Konate. In terms of the Mbappe injury, I don't think I want to sign a world-class left winger. So I think what we might do is convert Rodrigo to a left winger because that's his real position anyways. However, because Mbappe is injured, we do not have anybody on the bench that can play on either wing. So maybe signing 2 backup wingers might be smart. And the 2 backup wingers I want to sign is Alejandro Garnacho and Nwaneri, who's playing for Barca. Yeah, I don't care. We're taking him for Barcelona. And for a very cheap 43 million, we have brought in Garnacho. We know how much potential he has. He just needs to be playing for the right team. And boys, we have scammed FC Barcelona for 48 million plus a 35-year-old David Alaba. We are bringing in a future world's best right winger to our side. Yeah, I don't know what Barcelona are doing, man. But don't forget, every time we don't beat FC Barcelona this season, they will be stealing our players and they can steal up to 5 players if things go their way. It's time for our first game against FC Barcelona. Due is injured. Please, let's not lose a player to Barca, and it's a 3-1 loss. Valverde gets suspended. They're getting one of our players for free. So it's time to spin the wheel. Who are we losing to? FC Barcelona. I can't believe this is happening. Victor Osimhen, the best striker at the club, is going to Barca. And boys, this one hurts. He was our top goal scorer last season and is now playing for Barca. But now that Osimhen is gone, Endrick has to go ahead and be the striker for the rest of the season. And boys, we're facing Barcelona in the Supercopa de España. This is not good, fam. Barcelona have already taken Osimhen. Please do not take another player. It's a 4-1 win. This time, we're not losing anybody. I have some bad news. Not only are we facing Barcelona up next, but in a couple days, we're also facing them in the Copa del Rey final, which will make it 4 games in total against Barca. And in the semifinals, we're also facing them. They could stop us from winning the Champions League. This is not good, man. But let's see how this first game goes as we have 2 injuries to our starting 11 in La Liga. And it's a 4-3 victory. Let's go. We don't lose a player right now. Literally 3 days later, we're in the Copa del Rey final. Can we win our 6th trophy here at Madrid? And it is a 3-2, our 6th trophy. But now we have the first leg of the Champions League. Let's see how this goes. It's a 1-0 victory. 3 games against Barca. We haven't lost anybody, and we could go to the UCL final. Boys, what is going on? A red card to Trent and 3 injuries. All we need to do is win this game, and we're on to the UCL final, and nobody will be lost. And it's a 4-0 loss, and Edra gets an injury. We're having an injury crisis, but more importantly, we're losing somebody else. And we've already lost Osimhen, and we're losing Rodrigo. And this one hurts even more. Rodrigo has joined FC Barcelona alongside Victor Osimhen. But despite losing players and injuries, we won the league title. That is our 7th trophy at Madrid. And here were our top goal scorers. I'm assuming Osimhen was somewhere there, but you know what? Bellingham do it, and specifically Endrick did the job. But to kick off the brand new season, at least there is some good news. Mbappe is back. Not only that, Gonzalo Garcia is back at an 85 and Asensio at an 84, so they're gonna get involved in the first team. I think this might be the year that we win our first Champions League, unless the wheel allows us to, because let's see what we have to do this season. Ronaldo resurrection, sign a Portuguese attacker, and eventually win him the Ballon d'Or. You know what? That's a good one. And the player I've decided to bring in is actually a center attacking mid, which is still an attacker, Rodrigo Mora. And yes, I know I could have gone for the likes of Rafael Leao and Cuenda, but obviously right now he's only at 78 overall, and it's not gonna get into the first team, so his time will come in a couple seasons. But let's get to the end of the season and find out if we can win our first Champions League. And for the first time, we do not win the league title as Barca take it home, but we get our 8th trophy as we win the Copa de España, and 9 is the Copa del Rey as we beat Barcelona. But the question is, are we in the Champions League final? And yes, we are, against Chelsea. And Mbappe is back to his best, but don't sleep on Endrick and Bellingham and even Gonzalo, who had great seasons. But another UCL final, and we're gonna be missing players again. Mbappe is suspended, so is Valverde, and Alphonso Davies is out injured. The question is, can we still win our 10th trophy in our first Champions League? And it's a 4-0 victory. And Bellingham scored a hat-trick but missed a penalty. Let's go, Jude. And boys, it seems like one of our players is winning the Ballon d'Or. I wonder who it is. And it is Jude Bellingham. That makes sense. Scoring a hat-trick in the UCL final. Deserves deserves a Ballon d'Or. And if you're right about Jude Bellingham, make sure to subscribe. And things are looking real good right now as we're 10 trophies in. And as season number 5 begins, let's see if the wheel is going to try and screw us over as it has done most of the time. Transfer ban, no signings allowed this season. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. I think we're chilling. The team is looking great. Our bench is looking amazing. I think this season we got lucky. And we have picked up our 11th trophy, the La Liga title. We will take that. And we make it 12 with the Supercopa de España, 13 with the Copa del Rey. We've won every trophy in Spain. And oh my days, boys, 14 with the International Cup. No way we win 6 or 7 trophies. And 15 with the Club World Cup. If we won the UEFA Super Cup and the Champions League, that will be 7. And no, we lost to the boat fraud in the UEFA Super Cup. But we are in the Champions League final. This has to be a W. We're facing Arsenal. This could be our treble and our 16th trophy. No injuries, no suspensions in the starting 11. This has to be a W. And it's time for the UCL final. We're definitely beating the bottle jobs. Everybody is fit. And it's a 3-0 loss. Real Madrid have never beaten Arsenal, and it stays the same today. We missed out on the treble again. And even if we missed out on the treble, we still have 15 trophies to our name, and we're only going to the 6th season. But before we sign any player, let's see what the wheel gives us in season number 6, and it's going to be Madrid neighbors. If you lose or draw against Atletico, they steal a random starter. So just like the Barca one, now Atletico can get strengthened through our players. And boys, I think some players have been sold by the club. Kylian Mbappe has gone to PSG for 200 million. I don't know if it was a release clause or Madrid wanted to cash in on him. Thibaut Courtois has gone back to Chelsea for 50, and Endrick has gone to the Champions League winners for 250 million. And in the first game of the season, we're actually facing Atletico. Come on, this team is incredible. We better not lose, and it's a 2-1 loss. We're losing somebody to Atleti. But it's time to find out who we're losing. Please, nobody too good. And it is Alphonso Davies. That isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And Alphonso Davies has gone to Atletico. This does hurt. But the good thing is we have Álvaro Carreras to take his place. But once again, we're facing Atletico in the semifinals of the Copa de España. And boys, I cannot lie, I don't know if this team can take another player being lost, and it's going to be a 2-1 loss. Another player is going to Atleti. But it's time to find out who we're losing to Atletico. I swear it's Álvaro. Oh my days, it's Carreras. I cannot believe that we've lost another left back. And there he goes. He's joined Atletico alongside Alphonso Davies. Why do they need 2 left backs? I should have signed some players, man. And we have a huge downgrade as Obrador is the brand new left back in the side. And this might be the final time we're facing Atleti. Please, let's get a victory. We cannot lose another player. Please, come on, Real Madrid. It's a 2-1 loss. We've lost all 3 games we face Atletico. They're getting 3 of our players. Please, Wheel, take my other left back at this point. I don't want any other position gone. Trent Alexander-Arnold, another fullback. Atletico just love my fullbacks. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is gone. The only good thing is that he's 32 years old and wasn't going to offer too much in a couple seasons time. And somehow, somewhere, we've won the league title, our 16th trophy. How did we do that? But the Supercopa de España, we know Atletico beat us and they won it. Copa del Rey was won by Barcelona though. But what about the Champions League? Did we win it? And no. We got knocked out 8-0 in the quarters to City. And this is what the team looks like at the end of the season. It looks so different from 1 season ago. But to be honest, I cannot complain. It's still one of the best teams in the world. And we still have Jude Bellingham. And of course, he was the best player. 42 and 14 for Bellingham. Gonzalo was incredible. Dewey had a horrible season though. But don't sleep on Mora. This might be his time. He needs to win the Ballon d'Or if you remember the wheel. Alright, it's time to spin the wheel. We know we need to replace our fullbacks. But what is the wheel going to give us? Is it going to allow us to replace the fullbacks? Win the treble. One of your goals this season is to win the treble. If you fail, you must release your front 3. If not, I lose Gonzalo, Mora, and Desiree Doué. We have to win the treble this year. But boys, let me tell you, this team is ready to win the treble. All it needs is 2 amazing fullbacks. And we do have 314 million to spend, so realistically, we can bring back Álvaro Carreras and Trent Alexander-Arnold if we wanted to. But you know what? I'm good. I think I'm ready to move on as Miles Lewis-Skelly is coming in at an 85 overall at £83 million. pounds. I think this is a great signing. And to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold is another Englishman, and Tino Livramento, 85 overall for 70 million. This is another great signing. So this is what the Real Madrid side is looking like. We need to win the treble. If not, Doué, Gonzalo, and Mora are all gone from the club. And it's another La Liga title for Real Madrid, 17th trophy. But we failed to win the Super Copa de España. That's fine. It's not part of the treble, but I would have liked to win it though. And the treble still on. We get our 18th trophy. All we need to do is win the Champions League. And in the Champions League final, we are facing Liverpool. The last time this match happened, Real Madrid beat them in the final. And it seems like Mora might actually win the Ballon d'Or, 51 goals and 7 assists. But can we finally do it? Can we win our 19th trophy and win the Real Madrid's first ever treble? And it's a 3-2 victory. Let's go. We have done it. As Rodrigo Mora got a goal in the UCL final, that should be the Ballon d'Or confirmed. And Mora has completed his challenge. He's won the Ballon d'Or. And it's time for Season 8. Technically, we can finish the video here. We can win all the trophies we are a part of, as the challenge is homegrown Spaniards. You must have at least 3 Spanish players in your starting 11. Well, if we take a look at our starting 11, we currently have Gonzalo, who is Spanish, and Dean Howson. So we only need one more Spanish player, but thankfully, we have Raul Asensio in the squad, so we don't need to sell, swap, or sign anybody. Like I mentioned before, we need 6 trophies left. We can win them all this season. The question is, can we do it? And the 20th trophy has arrived. We win La Liga. But remember, we're in 7 competitions. All we need is 6 trophies. And make it 21 with the Copa de España. And that is 22 with the Copa del Rey. We're doing great. Surely the International Cup is also ours. 4-0 loss to Estudiantes. That's embarrassing. But can we make it 23 with the Club World Cup? And yes, we can. And we make it 24 with the UEFA Super Cup, which means if we're not in the Champions League, we must go another season. And yes, we're in the final. And Gonzalo Garcia is finally the top goal scorer, 47 goals. That is brilliant. And everybody else had brilliant seasons as well. But as you can see, we're without Bellingham and without Luis Kelly in the final. So both Mastuono and Camavinga will have to play out of position. But the question is, can we win that 25th trophy without Skelly, without Bellingham? Can we win back-to-back trebles for Madrid? And it's a 5-3 win. Let's go. And it's Gonzalo with 2, Mora with 1, and Goulet with another 1. And we have won 25 trophies with Real Madrid, 2 trebles, and have made them the greatest team of all time again. If you guys did enjoy this video, click on the screen and watch me win the Champions League with Arsenal and their new transfers.